Hey guys, Tina Bain here, and it is car time with Tina time. So want to just re-welcome you back. It's been a long time since I've done one of these little videos where I try to take a word and give you some thoughts on the word. Now, I'm going to give you just a little bit quick information about me. I am a mom of two boys who are now young men. I have a dog who's now 10 years old, and I fell in love with fitness over 30 years ago. Found that it was my passion. It was what I had been looking for. It just gave me this inner peace to be able to help other people to recreate themselves and to become stronger and healthier and live longer lives. And when I started this over 30 years ago, I remember thinking, looking at some of the senior adults that I was working with, that I wanted to be just like them when I got older. Here I am at 59, and I'm in that stage where I am that person that I wanted to be in a sense. I am not perfect. I never even expect to be perfect. I just want to be the best that I can be. I have ups and downs just like you guys do. What I have learned through life and through my mother is that, and she really taught me this, is that you have to look at the positive thing. You have to look at the positive side of things. You cannot look at the negative. It doesn't mean that you don't go to the negative side a little bit, but ultimately you come back to the positive, because that's where it's happening. So to get this Car Time with Tina started, I have taken some notes. I do like to use notes because there are certain things I want to make sure I say. I try to make this as short and sweet as possible. So today's word is thoughts, which is, I think, an appropriate place to start, right? So I've been doing a lot of meditating, and when I say a lot of meditating, I've been doing I should clarify that. I've been doing meditating off and on for the last year or so. And what I find is that on the days that I am meditating and I am aware of my thought process and I am aware of what's going on, I am actually a much happier person. So I looked up the definition of a thought. It is a noun. It is an idea or opinion produced by thinking or occurring suddenly in the mind. Now that's the thing I want to talk about, is these thoughts that just occur in our mind. They just pop in there, right? With just randomness. We're in the middle of doing something and all of a sudden we have this thought. Or maybe someone has said something to us that has upset us, right? What I want you to realize is that a thought is a thought is a thought. It really is just that. It's what we do with that thought, how we take it farther into our being, is where we have the problem. So I know that, I realize that sometimes when we have a positive thought, right, it's easy. Oh my gosh, it's easy because that's a positive thought. Say, for instance, you've got friends that are coming in town, and you realize all of a sudden that thought pops in your head, oh, I need to go get this dessert, or I need to make sure that I prepare this or this or this. And those might cause you a little stress, but they're basically good thoughts, right? So let's talk about the negative thought. Let's say someone has said something to you that's upset you. Maybe they commented on something you had on, or maybe they made a comment that to them they didn't even think anything of it, but to you now you've taken it and you've personalized it. Okay, remember, the thought is just that. It's the thought. It's not tangible. It's not something that you can grab a hold of and and actually make it something. What we've got to learn to do with that thought is put it where it belongs, keep it a thought, and got to let it go, okay? So I realize that thoughts can cause us happiness. Our thoughts can cause us to have our heart race, to have our hands sweat, to make us cry. They can make that emotional side of us be so strong that we can't even think. We have anxiety attacks. So what I want to do is, I wanted to maybe share a couple of suggestions on things you could do in order to help the next time you have a thought. If you do not meditate, then I would suggest you possibly start. You can do 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. It does not have to be perfect. Meditating is honestly about your breath, It's about centering yourself. It's about finding balance. It's about finding peace, and it's about releasing those negative things that are inside us. I truly believe, and my son has just learned so much, and he's teaching me that I believe that meditating also is very helpful for us. It will really help us to be a better person. Okay, I want to wrap this up really quickly because I like to keep things within a certain time frame. So here's what I want you to do. When you have a thought that's typically something that's going to upset you, I want you to, number one, stop and be still. Okay, stop and be still. Think about, what is it that I'm thinking about? What is this thought going to do to me? Then I want you to take some deep breaths in and out slowly. In meditation, you breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. You count the breaths. Slow them down, breathe. Mentally realize that this thought is just that. It's not good. It's not bad. It's really, really just a thought, okay? You have to put the perspective on the thought. What I'd like you to then do is think about how you can turn that thought that has upset you into a positive. For instance, if someone has said something to upset you, then, maybe you need to say, well, maybe they didn't mean it the way that I took it, right? And I need to look at it from a different perspective. Or let's say you have, you've got something you've got to do and you just really don't think you're good at it. Well, instead of saying, I can't do this, say, I know that this might be a little difficult, and I might need to have help with it by maybe hiring someone to help me, or I might need to do a little bit of studying, but it's not impossible, and I can do it, whether I need help or not. So don't say the negative, change it to the positive. Sit down and list all those positives out. No negative column, only positive column, okay? They might be small, like all the positives in your life. They might be small, but go ahead and just list them. Your health, your family, their sun is shining, anything. It can be small, it can be big, but finding the things that make you think about positives, okay? We can learn to turn those negative thoughts into positive thoughts, and it won't happen overnight. I realize that. But what can happen over time is that when you have that thought, because thoughts are that, they're just sudden, they just come on. We can't control the thought itself, but we can control the action. We can control how we determine how it's going to impact us, okay? So today, if you have a thought you don't like, sit and be still, breathe, think about how you can turn it into a positive, tell yourself only positive thoughts, and remember, it's intangible. It is not something that you can grab, so don't let it grab you. I hope you have an awesome, awesome day. If you have a word that you would like for me to talk about, please post it below. I hope you watched to the end. If you would like to follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, just look my name up. It's Tena, Tina with an E, and I would love to connect with you. I would love to help you in your fitness journey, your motivational or encouragement journey, whatever it is. I am here for you. I hope you have a great, awesome day, like I said earlier, and I'll catch you next time. All right. Bye.